Hello, this is Al with Reverie. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I help people grow and scale their business using two simple strategies. It's an effective, simple process. It's not sexy at all, so don't expect a show in this video, but it's going to produce results if you implement it. Make sure you stay to the end, where I have a surprise bonus that will further help you with these strategies and a few other ones so that you can scale your business to levels you previously thought were impossible. Before discovering what I'm about to share with you, I was very old school. I did things the tried and true way. I am an old school sales guy, pounding the pavement, pounding the phones, doing a ton of networking all the time to generate leads and business. And I used to be on that roller coaster ride. Now, what I'm going to share with you is a systematic way to effectively generate business and grow and scale because of that system. So how you think, what your expectation is likely what you're going to manifest. It's what you're going to see. It's the results you're going to receive in your life. So you want to make sure that you're positive. You want to make sure that you have a growth mindset so that you're open to learn and you can make the changes as necessary. There's no shame in learning or asking questions or pivoting when something doesn't work. So you have to be open to that. I can't stress that enough. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of businesses are dying because they're set in their old ways and they don't have a growth mindset. So that's the first part, the most critical part. You got to be open. You got to be positive so that you can make the thing that you're trying to do work. So that's the first point. The second point is answer the phone. Now, I know that may seem like it's oversimplistic, but the reality is a lot of businesses don't do the best job at answering the phone. Now, you may have a staff that's answering the phone, but if you have a very high call volume and they can't get to all the calls, that's a problem that you need to fix. So that's something that we're going to talk about. If you are a small business and it's only you and maybe one or two other people that are working in the field, that slows your response time. That is something that you got to fix. Answering the phone is critical. The investment to make sure that you're answering the phone is critical to your success. Now, let me give you an example. Now, I'm going to use an example of a business that has a higher call volume just to illustrate this point, but this works at all levels. So imagine that your profit margin is about $1,000 per job, and you have about 1,000 unanswered calls, or we'll say 1,300 unanswered calls per month. This means based on average amount of leads that a company would generate at that level, that means you would have roughly 700 unanswered leads. And if your conversion rate is about 29%, which is again just an average out there, then that means you are missing out on 203 potential customers. Now, if your average profit per job is $1,000, you are missing out on $203,000 every single month because you don't answer the phone. Now let that sink in. If you are earning $203,000 more in revenue, could you possibly hire another person or two to answer the phone? Could you implement some technology to answer the phone? And that's one of the things that I do is leverage technology. So you have two ways you can go about it. You could go hire 2 or 3 people, which would cost you anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 per year per person, which would eat up that profit for the month. Or you can implement technology. Using AI technology, you can have your phones answered at a fraction of the cost of hiring people, and it can be on 24/7. So if you have a website, you have advertisements out there, if people run across it at whatever time of night, they can pick up the phone and call. AI will answer the phone. It will schedule appointments for you. You'll wake up the next morning with appointments on your calendar. It's a beautiful thing. It's something that I highly recommend. But the key is you have to focus on answering the phone. Make it a priority. Do what you have to do if it's hiring people, or if you want to leverage technology like I'm talking about, implement it as soon as possible. It's costing your business more than you realize right now. So you're generating all these leads. They're coming in. Let's say you start answering the phones. You're on top of that now. Now, the next challenge is to make sure that you get appointments with all those leads that come in. Well, typically, when leads come in, and again, many of us have a problem following up with all the leads, depending on your lead volume, but you have all these leads coming in, and so it's difficult for you to keep up with all of them and continue to run the business and continue to service all the clients. So you have to increase that lead to appointment rate. When you do that, let me just give you an example of what this looks like. And we're going to use our same numbers from earlier, but let's assume that your profit is $1,000 per client. And if you generate 700 leads per month, and your lead to appointment conversion is at 10%, you're going to get about 70 appointments per month. And if you close those at a rate of 10%, then you're going to make about $35,000 for that month. Now, if you think about your leads that you generated, you closed 70, or you actually had appointments with 70. And so now you have 630 leads left over. So what are you going to do with those leads? Well, most people don't do anything with them. The ideal situation would be for you to follow up with them. That's still 630 potential opportunities. So why don't most businesses do it? Well, they feel like it's a waste of time. They don't think there will be any profit in it. But the reality is, it is the one surefire way to boost your lead to appointment conversion rate, is to continue to follow up. Now, the best way to do that is to have some type of system in place. You could actually have somebody, physically making phone calls, sending up emails, doing something to follow up with them. Or you could use systems, which is what I do and what I recommend. Find a service that you can use that will send out automated emails, that will do phone calls. Again, I'm a big proponent of AI. We use conversational AI that can make those phone calls for you instead of you having to hire somebody or do it yourself. But you got to follow up. You got to follow up with those people. Now, let me just give you an example. Let me pull this up here. But let me give an example of the dividends that this will pay. Now, if your close rate is at 10%, in the first part of the example, we said the close rate was at 10%, that generated 70 leads, or 70 appointments, excuse me. Well, if you boost your lead to appointment rate from 10% to 20%, now you're going to have 140 appointments as opposed to 70. So increasing that rate by 10% is going to actually double the number of appointments that you have. All right. Now, again, assuming that you close at the same rate, out of that 140, well, first, before I say that, 140 appointments out of 700, does that seem like it's doable? If you focus on it, well, I can tell you that it's absolutely doable. It's just something that more than likely you haven't been paying attention to in your business. All right, so we have 140 appointments. You close at your normal close rate of 50%. And now your profits are just going up from $35,000 per month to $70,000 per month. No increase on ad spend. You didn't have to do anything extra. This is already in the realm of operating for your business, but just by increasing your appointment, your lead to appointment rate, you doubled your business. I mean, isn't that amazing? To me, that's just amazing stuff. It's right there, sitting under your nose. You're able to double your business. Now, if you aren't capable of doing it in-house right now, again, I recommend technology because that's what we use to do it. But if you can't do it, hire somebody. If your profit could go up to $70,000 per month, I think you can afford to pay somebody to make calls and boost that appointment rate. Wouldn't you agree? All right, so at this point, you got a couple choices. You can take this information that I've shared, run with it, explode your business, scale it, grow it in ways that maybe you previously didn't think was possible. If you implement these strategies, it will absolutely work for your business. I have seen it. It will absolutely work for you. I'm also including the free bonus that I promised you at the beginning. It's going to be at a link down below or somewhere around this video. You can click on it. It'll go into some more detail and give you 3 additional strategies to help you grow and scale your business. So that is free for you. That was my promise to you. The other option would be to work with us. With Reverie, there are so many benefits and bonuses that you'll get. Not only the strategies that we've covered, but there are several others that we will help you employ in your business to help you grow and scale. You'll also get support. You'll get a community of other like-minded entrepreneurs. You'll have the opportunity to ditch the old way of doing things that takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, that pulls you away from other important things in your life. We'll help you get that time back and, again, help you get the desired outcome that you clicked on this video for. So if you're ready to go all in for yourself or all in for your business, click on the link below, schedule an appointment with us, and we'll talk to you soon.